Hello to the class of 2020. My name is Chris Fisher, and I am in my second year as the TV play-by-play broadcaster for the Oklahoma City Thunder. You all deserve a big congratulations in overcoming such a bizarre set of circumstances. So life-altering, it immediately becomes embedded as this crazy moment in time. One that 20 to 30 years from now, you'll be able to tell everyone that you finally didn't have to go to class senior year, albeit because of a global pandemic. Let's hope it's as unbelievable then as it is right now. It will become one in a library of stories you can reflect on as you build a path forward into your professional chapters. And I'll try to give you a glimpse of mine and a bit of insight into what I was thinking during the transition that you are all experiencing right now. If you can glean from it even the slightest bit of information, motivation, inspiration, it's well worth it. I attended USC through 2007, but like you, never experienced an actual commencement either. I ditched campus early and took my first professional broadcasting job with one unfinished final class remaining and no degree. It's a bit of an uneasy conversation trying to convince your parents you're essentially dropping out of college, especially when it's Spanish 3. Because even going to college was a serious question thanks to a good bit of adversity, something you will undoubtedly confront to varying degrees because obstacles are supposed to happen. Mine came during junior year of high school 18 years ago. I was 17 and not unlike any other teenager, partying, chasing girls, playing sports, and prepping for the SATs, and very much in that order. But the night before homecoming, two buddies and I were driving on a country road from one house to another. Driving too fast, me sitting in the passenger seat, the driver flipped the car into a ditch. Minutes later, I found myself inside a pancake car, stuck upside down, unable to move or feel anything. I was completely paralyzed with a broken neck and damaged spinal cord at C5, C6. In a blink, my priorities immediately shifted from where am I going to college to will I ever walk again? Talk about God's way of creating resistance that extended far beyond my personal powers. So it was never about finding the meaning of why the accident occurred, but how do you overcome? When it hits, you are immediately faced with a choice. Dig in, compete, and stay positive, or sulk, wilt, and let it define you. I spent the next 2.5 months in the hospital learning my new life and 7 months overall rehabbing in a wheelchair. Nothing came easily. I built enough strength to get back on my feet to the point that I could walk with a cane, one that I still use today. It isn't pretty, but it gets the job done. You too in time will face a challenge that will test your strength. Maybe it's not getting into your favorite college, maybe getting rejected by a job you really wanted, maybe your own life-altering event. Do not let it define you, because your power is the ability to move past it. It's there, and once you tap into that power, you take it with you forever. That experience ripped away what I loved, the ability to play sports, the ability to run, but competing was jet fuel, which helped channel my passion. And since my friends couldn't get me to shut up, even when they probably asked me to, I knew sports broadcasting was the answer. I devoted most of my college career to getting into the business, but once I reached that final semester, and the point where many of you are right now, the point of entering the first professional chapter of your life, it probably feels like a wide blank horizon of uncertainty. My advice, embrace the uncertainty. Turn it into excitement. I had no idea what city I was going to work in, or who I was going to meet, or what exactly my responsibilities would be. But I couldn't wait for the experiences. The experiences that help you connect and grow and subconsciously become building blocks to fill in your own blank horizon and turn it into a colorful portrait. Uncertainty is your friend. But within that uncertainty, try to follow your conviction. If there's something you feel you were meant to do, do it. So lastly, I'll give you a story of my first job pursuit that forced me to leave college early. During the baseball winter meetings each year, there's a job fair, and I was one of about 300 applicants gunning for one of 25 minor league broadcast positions. It's a rather intimidating ratio that can deter even the most driven individuals. But I relied on a bit of advice from Pete Carroll, the head football coach at the time, now with the Seattle Seahawks. He would always say, it doesn't matter what anybody else does. The only thing that matters is what we do. For me, the competition was stiff, and I'll never forget seeing the stacks of envelopes stuffed with CDs filling up box after box. Were there better broadcasters than me who potentially had better sounding tapes? Most likely. But I couldn't worry about that or the odds. It was a waste of time. I left without a single interview, let alone a job offer. But I did have an informal conversation with an assistant general manager of a single A team in a random hallway. I emphasized my relationships, my professionalism, my passion, being a good person, and good old-fashioned hard work. It always pays off. It was the only conversation with the team I had. Maybe the 24 other openings never even saw my envelope. But that conversation led to a job offer weeks later and gave me my start. One that was so right at the time, but so far from where I wanted to be professionally, but the door was cracked, and that allowed me to pursue a dream. So if you believe you are meant to do something, fight for it. Take that risk. Put yourself up against the odds and stay persistent, because I promise you this: the world always welcomes determination and passion. I wish you all the best of luck, and congratulations again to the class of 2020.